on that note, we welcome Coach Seth Greenberg to the desk. It's been too long.
Yeah, this is fun.
How are we doing? You're not even affected by this at all. You're full energy.
Yeah, let's go. Come on, we got games to
getting
play.
people set. Exactly. Let's get into it.
How can you not get excited about the tournament?
Right? We are.
I mean, you can't mess up the tournament.
No question. Let's discuss. So the defending national champion Villanova Wildcats are the overall #1 seed in the tournament. Vegas currently has them tied with North Carolina and Gonzaga with the third best odds to win the tourney at 7-1 behind Duke and Kansas, who are 8-1. Coach, what chance do you give Villanova of repeating?
I give them about a 30% chance.
Okay.
Look, Villanova's a terrific basketball team. They're efficient offensively. They've got a go-to player in Josh Hart. Brunson has actually become Ryan Arcidiacono. They have not replaced Daniel Ochefu. I totally agree with Fonz. Ochefu could defend the post. You could throw it into him. He was a terrific passer. He got him some easy baskets. This team is as connected as any team in the country. Do they have enough inside offense? They rely on the three, and that's a concern because one bad night, and they're out.
Yep.
And if you look at their bracket, they have some interesting teams to play along the way. Like, they could play Virginia Tech or Wisconsin. Wisconsin, slow, controls the tempo of the game, have some tough matchups. Virginia Tech, they're going to shoot 25 threes. Well, they make 11 of them, it could be an issue. So as you look through the bracket, they're going to have tough, competitive games. And by the way, that team, Duke, is playing pretty well, and they're on the other side. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I hear something in my ear.
Molly, Max.
I hear something in my ear.
Yes.
Now, this is my buddy here. It's great to see you. I hope that I'm with you guys again for the Final Four. Let me say this. Everything that you just said about Villanova, I know you, Seth. I know you, Coach Greenberg. Isn't it true that really what this is all about is Duke in your eyes? Isn't that the hesitancy right there when we talk about Villanova in this region? Isn't it about Duke?
Well, in the end game, it is Duke. And it's Duke because of Tatum. It's Duke because of Kennard. It's Duke because of, to me, that they have more ways to score the basketball. And, you know, again, when we talk about Duke in the ACC tournament, let's put that in perspective, Stephen A. And I think you might even agree with me on this one. Going into the ACC tournament, Duke lost 3 or 4. They lost 3 or 4. But you know what? They got into the tournament. They survived Louisville. Donovan Mitchell gets in foul trouble. They survived North Carolina in an incredible basketball game. And they survived Notre Dame. We saw the best of Duke. Can they do that 2 weekends in a row? Tatum's the best isolation player in college basketball. To me, Kennard's the best clutch player right now in college basketball. They have issues up front. Can their front court survive? That'll be the question.
Yeah, I'm surprised, Coach, that you even have 30% for Villanova. That's some rough sledding in that bracket. I mean, oh my goodness.
I pay $70,000 a year tuition for my daughter.
But so, Coach, which of the favorites, in your view, is most likely to lay an egg in this tournament? Which are the favorites among the teams?
You know, you say lay an egg. That's kind of, you know, is favorite #1 seeds, #2 seeds, #3 seeds. If you said #3 seeds, I'd say Baylor, because I don't think they were seeded correctly. Last 11 games, I think they lost 6 of their last 11. Early in the season, they were playing great. The 1-1-3 was really disrupting people. They played some man-to-man. Jonathan Motley was tough on the block. Manuel LeCount was knocking down shots. The Miami transfer. They lost a little bit of their trust, a little bit of their chemistry. I would say if I had to pick one of those types of seeds, I would say that Florida State and, more importantly, Baylor, I would be concerned about those 2 teams.
You know, let's go back to the East region in this respect, Coach. Is there anyone outside of Duke in that region that you're overly that you find yourself being a sleeper, somebody that potentially is going to come out of that region if you take Villanova and Duke out of the equation? Who's the biggest threat to those top 2 seeds?
I would say the biggest sleeper, I'm going to go outside the box here. The biggest sleeper in that bracket is SMU.
Yeah,
right.
30-4. 30-4.
30-4. The kid Ojale is basically Bonzie Colson in a lot of ways. They play like Notre Dame. They can make shots. Actually, they play Notre Dame, but they're better defensively. They make shots. They spread the court. They play 5 out. Ojale is a tough matchup. Ben Moore is experienced. This is a veteran senior team that's grown. They only have 6 guys, so they don't have any depth. But Ojale is a tough matchup. Sheikh Melton can make shots. They're athletic, and they defend. And Tim Jankovic has done an incredible job. They are my sleeper in this bracket. Pony up.
On that note,
Coach, who among the players in this tournament is the Steph Curry, the guy who maybe he's not on everyone's radar now, but will be after he lights it up? Who's that guy?
You know, that's, man, I'll tell you one thing, that's no joke. I got to go, I might have to go all Inspector Clouseau. Keelan Martin at Butler is a guy that can get it going. Keelan Martin is 6'7". He's wired to score. He's got a scorer's mentality. He never saw a shot he didn't like. They play very good basketball, but Keelan Martin is a guy.
And they beat Villanova twice.
They
beat Villanova twice.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll give you one other guy and one other team. And you're going to like this, Stephen A. Even though you're a Philly guy and a New York guy, Seton Hall has three dudes. Three dudes. Angel Delgado, he gobbles up rebounds like Pac-Man. Desi Rodriguez can flat score. He's a left-hander. Yes. And Kadeem Carrington. Those three dudes can play. They can score. I am really high on Seton Hall.
Seton Hall.
You're also very high. Now I'm spying on your bracket.
Oh, I'm
spying on UCLA. That's who you have winning it all. Am I correct?
I have UCLA winning it all.
Okay, we're going to discuss them right now. Yes, but first I want to discuss one subject, then we can jump into that. So obviously one of the tourney's biggest stars, we all know, Lonzo Ball, who led the Bruins to a 29-4 record, a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament, leads the country in assists at 7.7 a game. While he's been shining on the court, his dad won't stop talking about his greatness. Now, before you actually get into this game and matchup,
all dads talk about people's greatness.
As a coach, though, would you deal with his dad?
No, Steve Alford's not dealing with his dad.
Everybody else is dealing with his dad.
You know what? Every time the guy talks, there's a microphone in front of his face. Here's the deal. Steve Alford has handled this thing brilliantly. Steve Alford's coaching his basketball team. He's coaching the kid. The kid is handling it incredibly. Because you know what? The kid, here's what's happens with Lonzo Ball. They go into practice at UCLA. Everyone's in the locker room. I'm going to use Bryce Alford as an example. Bryce Alford comes in and goes, "Hey, Zoe, you hear what your old man said today? Man, that dude is crazy. How about him? All right, what time's practice?" You know, the kid is unaffected by anything. Look, I'd like someone to give me $1 billion for a shoe contract also. Unfortunately, you know what? It's great he's saying these things. He's a parent. You know what? Parents, when they go see their kids, they only see their own child. He's trying to brand his team. It sounds great. It hasn't been a distraction to Steve because Steve doesn't deal with it. The team respects the kid. The kid is flatlined.
Coach.
He's just like this. Yes, my good friend.
Coach. If we were on Saturday morning together, we would be talking about this because I know you well enough to know that that's the basketball side. You take into account everything. Basketball side, I 1,000% agree with you. From the personal side, considering the advent of social media, considering the dishonest individuals that are out there, the people that try to goad you into doing something you may not want to do, or will even lie about something and misrepresent and mischaracterize something that you may have done. My concern is that his dad, who happens to, by all accounts, appears to be a great dad, is not taking enough of that into consideration and how that can ultimately have a detrimental effect on his son. To that you say what, Coach?
I think, you know what, I think his dad takes all that off of him because his dad deals with it. His dad kind of takes all that stuff off of him and just lets the kid do what he does. Like, he's no, to me, it's no different than golf parents, tennis parents, all right? The dad, in a way, is a distraction. It allows Steve to just coach the kid and the kid to just go out and play. The guy has this master plan. That's great. It's not going to impact his draft status. And the one thing, and I say it all the time, Reese Davis laughs every time I say it, he's created an epidemic of passing at UCLA. So, you know, in a lot of ways, maybe his dad's right. But, look, his dad's marketing his son. Let the kid go out and play, and UCLA go win a national championship.
Yeah, clearly you're a believer because you got him winning it all.
I think they're losing to Kentucky, Coach.
Okay.
I think they're losing to Kentucky.
But they could and they couldn't.
And as far as an endorsement deal, you're already all geared up in your Adidas, looking smooth anyway. So I think you're
got
okay.
My Hardings on, you know what I mean?
Oh, there
this
you go.
This is how I roll.
Coach, we appreciate
got my swag.
Yes, of course you do. Coming up, it's no secret that the Knicks are struggling this season. So why is Kristaps Porzingis emerging as the leader of the squad?